Okay, so we just explained that we're going to use 1997 as the 100 mark for all of the 4 data sets. It's already the 100 mark for the first one, which was, or for one of them, for this one. But we're going to make it the 100 mark for all of them, and we need to do that in R. In other words, we need to transform the data in R. So we already went through a lot of this. We did this. Remember, we have a data set that omits the missing values, basically. And we plotted this. And now we're creating a new indexed IER series, which was one of them. And actually the code we're going to use is the same basically for each of them, but so I don't even know which one the IER is. Okay, we're going to be using this function here. And it's a method for the time series class, which we've just talked about. And that means it's a function associated with the time series class. You can use it on time series. And the input here, x, is time series. Here, time series. And it also takes a start time and an end time. And details, or value, the value means what gets output from this method or this function. It's going to output a vector or a matrix with an appropriate TSP attribute. Quite sure about that. And here's a, so here's a, I guess this is a data set called precedence, and this is the start date, and this is the, I wonder if we can do this. Let's try this. So, maybe this is, what is this? Well, I'm not sure what precedence is, but anyway, we can see that it goes from 1960 to 1969 fourth quarter. So this is a little bit strange. I'm not quite sure why he's doing this way, to be honest, because look what he does. He says, okay, we're going to take the time series, and the start and the end are the same day, same month rather. So I guess this is just a way of extracting one value, but then he makes that numeric, and then he takes the mean. I don't get it. So I'm asking for your help. If you get it, please let me know. Anyway, it's clear that he's just getting that one value, and that's that. Remember, that's the E, that's the 0 value, right? And that's going to be our 100 value. And then he's just going to take all of the entire time series and divide it by that, and then multiply by 100, and that's going to make the time series based on this date being 100. So if we look up this date in this new time series, it's going to be 100, and everything else is going to be indexed off of that or balanced off of that. And then he does the same thing here, and the same thing here, and the same thing in the other one. And let's see what this, and yeah, the other one was already balanced, so we didn't need to do that. Okay, so now we have we can compare the time series, or we can visualize them together. And now he binds all of these together into an, so we have many columns, and then he renames them like this, the column names. Okay, now actually I forgot what this does, dim names. So dim names is applied usually to, for example, to a matrix. Ours is a matrix. This is a matrix actually. And dim names gives you returns a list. So like a matrix has 2 dimensions, So it will give you a list, and the first component of the list will have the names for all of the rows, if there are any, and the second component would give you the names of all of the columns, if there are any names. Okay, so that's what that does. So first of all, to see what this looks like, economic.mts, we do the head, and we see that it's a matrix. This is a matrix. And then if we look at the dim names of that matrix, we see it's a list, and this is the first component gives you all the names for the if there are any, for the different rows, but these are not named rows, so there are no names, so it's null. And then the second component of the list for dim names is the names of all of the second dimension elements, or of all the columns, and that's what we have here. And now he says here, he said this means just take the list, the second component of the list. In other words, just get these, and then he does this with those. So he says just take those names and replace them by these names, right? So it just makes it look better names, shorter names. Okay, so now we have put them all at the same base, that is at 1997, whenever that was. They all are equal to 100. Now the next thing, we're going to plot them on a horizon plot, and we saw what that was, one of the first videos I made for this chapter. And using the index of 100 as the reference point, used ylab rather than strip left for readability. Also shade any times with missing date values. And I'm not going to go into the vagaries or all the details of the horizon plot and how it's constructed here in R, but fortunately they have it in R, and it doesn't look too hard to run it. So let's run it and see what we get. But let's do that in the next video.